This is Sam of Sambookery, and today we are going to assemble my Woodland Impressions Sketchbook. This is a printable that is for purchase in my shop, and I like to do a tutorial video every time I release a new one of these, just to give you some different ideas on how to assemble it and arrange the ephemera in the kit. So I usually never do it the same way twice. And I just want to get into showing you what's in the kit and whether to back it and to print it on cardstock or on regular paper. So let's get started. First, I will show you, let's see, let me move these. These are the color palette cards that I include with the sketchbook kits. Just to give you some color inspiration if you are using the books as like a coloring book or a watercolor journal. Some ideas of colors from the collection that would look nice together. So these are the 4 in this kit. And then this is the cover of the sketchbook, and here is the lining. These you both want to print on cardstock, and you don't need to back them. Also on those pages are these 2 rectangles and these 2. Which traditionally these are pockets that go here, or just in previous tutorials, that's what I've done. And these are journaling cards that go here. But we're gonna use them a little bit differently this time. So these will be on these pages too, so they'll end up in cardstock. And then these, you can print these on anything you want. I use special Epson premium matte presentation paper to print these on because it gives me the best quality. It's more like a photo quality print rather than just cardstock, and that way the color is the most accurate and saturated. But you can print them on whatever you want, just depending on how you use them. And then these are the pages for the sketchbook, and I printed all of these on 32-pound copy weight paper, so just use whatever your regular paper is, and you don't need to double side any of these either. And I give you lots of options. You don't have to print all of them out. I just want to have a variety. So let's go through. We've got the pages with the images on them, the sketches. There's another one. There's another one. And then we've got some more blank pages. I've got a grid here. And I've got just a distressed neutral paper. There's also lined paper, dotted paper, a ledger paper, blank with the distressed border, but blank inside. So just print out the ones that you want to use. And I did go ahead and just cut everything out. They're all rectangles in this kit. Super quick and easy with a paper trimmer. Just cut out the rectangles and ink the edges if you want. You don't even need to have like a scoring board. Just fold everything in half. And if you have a bone folder or the back of your scissors, something, and just crease everything. And that is it. This is one of the easiest kits to put together. This time, we are going to assemble the pages in an accordion style. That means we are going to we're going to turn one page upside down and one page right side up in a long extending line, and then we'll attach that into the cover. So we'll want to make the cover first. And today for the cover, I was going to use some of these as like collage elements on the cover. I thought that'd be something different. This guy's super cute. I thought we'd just add this here. Maybe just center him here, or if you like the tree frog better, he can go here, whichever you like better. I'm gonna put him on the inside, so I thought we'd put him here. I've got my art glitter glue here, and we'll just glue these down. I'm just gluing these down like collage elements, but if you want to turn them into pockets or tuck spots, that is also a great option. I thought about doing that, but that'll probably be the next journal. This one, I just wanted to kind of collage this on the front cover here. Then I'm gonna add this guy. This sketchbook looks really cute with rounded corners as well, if you have a corner rounder. All right, let's add him here. And then I thought I'd put the frog on the inside cover here. Maybe just like that. Other options for these, you can glue them back to back if you want a double-sided card. Wait, what was I doing? I think I was doing this. Pockets, tug spots. Yeah, okay. But I just thought these guys are so cute. I didn't want to cover them up by sticking them in a pocket. All right, and we just need to hook the front cover to the lining, but before we do that, I wanted to integrate a closure with this journal. So I have got this spool of cotton ribbon, and I think I want to hook this in here before we glue these together so it's coming out. You know me, I don't measure, but I'm gonna do this for you guys. Let's put it in the middle. And let's see, let me see. I need to see how much I need. No, I can trim it off later. I'll leave it on the spool and we'll trim it at the end. So this is about 5 1/4 inches. Let me find a pencil. So 2 1/2 plus 1/8. This is 1/8, yeah. So that's the middle. So I'll just put it in here, and I don't want it to come out. So a good inch, 1.5 inches, I think would be good. You can use any kind of flat material like a ribbon or strip of fabric. I'm just using my art glitter glue. You could also use Fabri-Tac. This ribbon's nice and thin, so the art glitter glue works pretty well with it. All right, so that is going to be coming out of my cover. And you can decide, I like it to come out of the front of my cover and then wrap around this way. But if you want, you can glue it on the back side and have it come out of the back of your cover. Just whichever you prefer. All right, so that's face up. This is face up. Now we need to glue these together. And I've already pre-scored and pre-folded everything just to save time for the video. So you'll want to do that. And then I did ink around the edges and on the folds. And we're just going to line up the 4 corners. I'll usually do it like this and fold each half back and do half at a time. And then I did put a little ink on the inside. This time, I've not done this before, but I thought sometimes a little bit of white shows if you don't line things up perfectly. And I'll usually go back and cut it off or ink it afterwards. But I thought if I just ink first, then there won't be any white visible. And as soon as I'm done, and I don't have to go back and kind of fix anything. And I think I will also use a glue stick just a little bit in the middle. So I don't like to put a bunch of art glitter glue in the middle because it's pretty thick and it can leave ridges if you don't spread the glue out. I think that's pretty good. So let's remember to put this on first. So this is a super quick and easy way to make a journal cover without having to print double-sided and without having to sew anything. And I made the lining kind of more of a sketch too, so if you wanted to color in these mushrooms, that's an option as well. All right, this looks good. Let's set it aside and let the glue fully dry. Put this away. No, I won't use that. We'll just use this for gluing these pages together. So let me show you guys the pages and let's decide on the order. Oh, one more thing while we're letting this dry. I did think the cover needed maybe one other thing, and I thought I might put some of this nice flat lace here, maybe under. I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but I'm gonna do it. Not sure if lace really goes with the woodland theme. We've already got this that's gonna be wrapping, well, I really don't want to bend that till it's time. So this is gonna be wrapping around and tucking in. Do we want, I'll wait to the end. I'll wait to the end and we'll see if we want to add this lace or not. Okay, let's let him dry. So here are our pages and we need to pick the order we want to put them in. When we're doing accordion fold, they're going to be one up, one down. One up, one down. And then one of the ends is going to be glued into here. So you want to pick what your bottom image is going to be, and then when you were all done the accordion, the last one would be your top image. So if you have a preference, that's where you're going to kind of pick it. I kind of like the mushroom and then blank. So when these are, so the mushroom's there, it's going to go like this. We'll have a blank page, a blank page. We'll do this owl and the acorn, and then a grid page. I kind of like this one for the top, so I'll set that aside. And we've got a fern and a caracara, and then another blank page, and then the rabbit and the squirrel. And then let's do the woodpecker and the mushroom, and then the grid, and then the ladybug and the flower. So here's my order. So let's start gluing them together. So these two, so if you can see, I'm going to show you. So here's the first two I'm going to put together. They're going to be like this. And inking these center lines, center folds, really helps you with lining them up. So we are just going to try and line these up so they're perfectly aligned. So you can start with them side by side and just line them up and then fold it over. And a little bit of glue. I use the art glitter glue just around the perimeter. It holds really well. And then if I want to use like markers or watercolor or something that might bleed through, not having the pages actually touching in the center is actually a bonus. Okay, so there we go. But you could just use the glue stick all over the whole page too as well. So now we need this one. It's going to go here. You have two sides on an accordion fold, right? When you unfold everything. You've got one long side and one other long side. And I'm just wondering, the way I did it, am I going to have all the blank pages on one side and all the sketches on the other? And do I want that? I don't know. We'll just go ahead with the order I picked. But that's something too to think about when you're planning yours out. And the benefit of doing an accordion fold journal is that everything comes out and lays flat. So the pages you're working on, you're not having to clip the book open. It's not awkward. There's not this center spine you can't get really close to. You lay them flat out on your desk and you can work on a flat surface, writing or drawing or whatever. So here we go so far. Animals. And, you know, other sketches. Okay. So next one. This grid. Yeah, so you know what? It's just going to be plain on one side. I like that. Let's do that. So one side is if you're wanting to color in sketches. The other side is for writing, maybe some nature notes or something, observation notes. If you use this as like an outdoor nature journal. Maybe you just draw some of your own things on those blank pages. Or, you know, these are just ones I print out. You can print out only sketches or only blank pages, whatever you want. Looks good. We'll just keep going. Let's see, we need to kind of fold this up here so it's not too long. Got this fern here. So print out as many as you want. I printed one each of the, I think it's 3 printables that have the sketchbook pages on them, and there's 2 mini pages on each sheet. So it ends up being 6 mini journal spreads of the sketches. And then I just printed out 1 page of the grid and 1 page of that distressed blank paper. And then that meant there was 2 mini journal spreads on each page. But you make yours, print however many you want. I haven't tried to do more with the accordion. I know when we put them in the other method, for the life of me, I can't even remember how we did it before. I don't even know. Watch the videos. I'll link the playlist. I have a playlist for all the tutorials for this type of printable that I have, these mini sketchbooks. So you can see all the ways we have put them together. I don't even remember the regular way now. But I know I was limited with the number of pages I put in there because they end up being double thick when you glue them back to back. But I think with an accordion and by including a closure, we could put more. Was my only point. I should really go back and watch my videos, but I don't like to go back and see how I did things before. I like to think of new ways to do things every time, which is more work, of course, but I like to always be trying new creative ideas, and that's the fun of junk journaling. There aren't rules, just have fun. Oh, I'm not 100% on that one. No, that looks good. Okay. Let's keep folding this guy in on the left so we can keep working on the right. Now we've got this one. This is such a fun way to make a book without, you know, all the traditional book binding supplies. Just some glue and some paper. Boom, you have a book. And I think this is working, doing all the inking ahead of time, because I really haven't seen any white showing anywhere that I'm like, oh no, I need to fix that later. So if there's gaps or something, the ink is definitely covering it up. So, okay, let's keep folding this in, put that back. All right, am I doing this? Hold on, just want to make sure. Let's check the back. Oh, that's why it seems different. This is the first one that's not just a plain page. I wonder if I should continue the plain pages. Yeah, let's do that. We'll keep the pattern going. There's not a top or bottom because this is not a directional print, but, and now I see I have not done that. if you look at these, the darkest corners are at the bottom. Oh no, I got that one. I got that one. Not this one. This one's upside down. It doesn't matter. It's blank paper. But if you're trying to be super precise and keep it all the same, the dark corners are at the bottom. We're not going to worry about it. All right, let's glue this one here. These. So we have 2 left. And if you're interested in that cotton fabric ribbon, it is linked in my Amazon. Oh, I cannot get this lined up. Hold on. I can't talk and glue at the same time. Okay. It's linked in my Amazon store. There's several I've tried, and I like them all. They're all good. They're 100% cotton, and they're really flat. They're flatter than if I had like tore fabric strips, and so they don't bulk up my journals as much. And I haven't tried it yet, but I got all the neutral colors. I'll show you guys. Because I thought these would be easy to dye, and I could dye them whatever color matches my journal, just with like acrylic inks or I don't know, you guys have alcohol inks or whatever. I don't have those, but I thought they'd be easy to dye. Plus I just like the neutral colors. It looks nice. So we're at the end here. So let me show you so far. This is going to be glued here, and this is the top, and we're going to pull it out. That's what we have. So we need to pick one last image for the top. And I have these 2 left. So I'm probably just going to do, gosh, I don't know. I'm just going to do the mushroom because it started with the mushroom. There's mushrooms here. There's mushrooms everywhere. We'll just do the mushrooms. Just going to cut this. I think I might be able to just, yeah, since I've already scored it, creased it, folded it both directions multiple times, I could just tear it. But you can just use your paper trimmer or scissors as well. And now I need to glue this on here, so I just want to get some more flat, and we can add this guy on here. Yeah, and we'll be done with the pages. And then we just need to add them, cut that tie to length, and then you guys, I wish I could hear you. Help me decide if I should put the lace on or not. We'll see when it's all done. I was going to use the Distress ink to grunge up the lace so it's not so stark. Oh, you know, it'd be fun. Okay, I've got more ideas. We'll do them next time I release a sketchbook, but a pull tab coming out here. Just telling you guys only, but that would be really cool. Okay, so this side, which can't fit, has the mushroom, and then grid blank, and then this side is all our sketches. Super fun. Okay, let's accordion fold this up. And so we have this guy left over, and I think I might put him on the back. No, I kind of like this on the back. He's extra. We'll use him for testing out. We can just kind of tuck him in here for testing out markers or watercolor or whatever to see if it's going to like bleed through terribly before you actually do it in your finished made book. Plus also just somewhere to like test colors out to see what they look like before you start using them. So it's good to have extra scrap paper in your journal. Let's see, before I add them, I do want to go ahead and get this folded again. We haven't folded it since it was glued. I just want to give a final press to the spine to help it stay flat. Okay. So let's glue this in. Just gonna add glue here, and we'll just try to center it. Oh, maybe I'll have a chance to show you. This glue dries really quickly, and I don't normally, no, we'll put a ton of glue, but this one will get some stress because it's glued to the cover and we're gonna be pulling the whole accordion journal in and out. So I do want some extra glue on here. So I just wanted to show you the page is smaller than the cover. So we just kind of want to center it, but stay away from the center edge because that will interfere with closing the journal. So I prefer to line it more up with the outside edge. And then center it top and bottom. Oh, that didn't. Hold on, you guys. Alrighty. Yeah. So just pressing it down a little bit more to make sure it's glued down really well. And that's it. Let's make this closure finished. I'm going to go around once, and then I'm going to come back in and like tuck it in here. So something like that. So do we want this lace? Let me help you guys decide. Let's put some ink on it and see how it looks nice and dark. You guys can tell me in the comments for next time whether you were saying yay to lace or no. Have to do lives, I guess, if I want immediate feedback on whether something's a good idea or not. All right, here it is, all darkened up, and I would probably put it about right there if I was going to. I don't think so. You don't really notice it. Now, if I wanted to add it to the top as like a little crown to this guy, but I think it looks a little goofy. So I'm just gonna leave it off. So my sketchbooks are more like utilitarian. I don't make them super over the top decorated because to me they're like something you're working in. And I don't want bits that could fall off or get damaged or something on a sketchbook. So we are all done, you guys. Let's do a last flip through. Here is our cute little mini sketchbook. So here's the size. Let's see, I never told you the size. I think it was like a 5 1/4 by 3 1/4. No, 3 1/2. 3 1/2 by 5 1/4. Super cute and tiny. Easy to throw in a purse or pocket. Easy to stuff into a bigger journal. Here's our little froggy guy. He's so cute. And here are our pages. So to work in the pages, you can turn them like a book. You can just turn them, and then you can turn them this way. So you don't need a long space to unfold the whole accordion. And they lay nice and flat. But it kind of is fun to see everything together, especially if you want to reference another image or something, which is a big setback of traditional sketchbooks. If you want to reference something that you have on another page, you're flipping back and forth. You can't see them both. But here, as long as you did them all, which we set our stuff up like this, all the sketches are here. So if you want to see what color you used on this acorn and reference that while you're working over here, or if you put yours together, which I usually will do, is sketch, blank page, sketch, blank page. So if I want to try and draw this, he's right there next to it and I can try and draw him. And if you alternate them, you can have something down here that you're trying to draw over here, and you can still see both of them visible. So anyway, super fun. Loved making this. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I'll put a link if you want to get this kit. If I have a free sketchbook, which I probably do, but I can't remember, I'll put a link to that too, and to the playlist for all the sketchbook tutorials to see different ways of putting them together. I want to thank you again for all your nice comments and likes, and for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. I have so much fun making these kits for you guys. Keep an eye out for some more freebies in the future really soon. I have so many ideas for fall and Christmas. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.